Alrighty. Yo, what's up, Darian? How's it going? What's up? What's up? Adusha, how you doing? Good to see you guys again. We're gonna be working on some trainer AI today, which is gonna be a long and arduous process, but something that I have been working on for the past couple of weeks. So let me actually swap over and show you guys what we're doing here. Let me move me out of the way. Okay, so we're gonna be looking at code today. Basically, there is this very long document of instructions for trainer AI. This has been decompiled by the PokePlatinum guys. I think Leah's mostly been doing this. And then on the right side, we have translated this into code. So I have about 1,500 lines of C code right now, actually closer to 1,600. We're gonna just basically grind through this, and the goal is to get the vanilla AI in. Thanks, man. Yeah. Feel free to just be lurking and stuff. It's gonna be kind of a chill stream. Not a whole lot of visuals today, but definitely really exciting stuff once it gets done. So right now we're working on stat reducing moves. So right now I just finished looking at things that drop evasion, like Sweet Scent, and now we're on moves that ignore accuracy, so like Shockwave and Aerial Ace. So what we're gonna do, I think I can zoom in. Very nice. That's kind of nice. Now you guys will be able to see this a little bit better. Okay. So moves ignoring accuracy. We're gonna start with those. So how do we start this? So we go if I have a ton of macros already set up in this code. So I have like all of these that you see right here. These are all macros that I've set up that get relevant information, so I don't have to redeclare them every single time. So we can do if attacker move effect is equal to, and then I have open on the side, I have the moves list. And so I can look at something like Aerial Ace, and it's just move effect bypass accuracy. So the way I'm doing this is I'm doing it by move effect instead of move, in case people change those for their own hack. So like I don't want to have something hard coded in case someone wants to edit this later. And so let's see. So if we have bypass accuracy, yo, trainer from Hoenn, what's up? Welcome, welcome. And now, okay, so if the defender, so let's grab these states from up here. So if the defender's stats of evasion are at +5, so the way it works in HG Engine is 0 is equal to 6. So we're looking at 11 or higher. So this is greater than or equal to 11. Then or let's see, so or the attacker is at -5 accuracy or lower, so that's not too hard to do. So we go to Battlemon attacker and check its accuracy, and if it's basically less than or equal to 1, so that's like -5, because we're only using positive numbers in HG Engine and for this stuff, then yeah. Yo, what's up, Dr. Lou? How you doing? How you guys doing? Okay, so if that's true, so if it's gonna be really hard to hit our opponent, like they're at +5 evasion or -5 accuracy, we have a 60% chance to get a +2 score. All right, so now we do if, and so there's already an RNG thing built in. It's called a battle rand. So basically, this is actually really cool. I figured out how to do this kind of on my own. So this basically gets you a number between basically if you get a number between 0 and 255, so 8-bit kind of deal. If you take modular arithmetic of this, which is just you keep dividing by the same number and see what remainder you get. So I'm gonna do modular 10, and if it's less than 6, that means it's a 60% chance. So a 6 in 10 chance of that happening. So 60%, I know this is 60.9%, but like realistically it doesn't matter. Like this stuff is already random anyway. If that's the case, we get move score +2, so it's more likely to use that move. And then we're going to basically do the same thing. We're going to also give this a 40% chance of a score +1. So we're just going to change it to be 4 in 10 and change that to be 1. So I'm doing a bit of copy and pasting just because it's a lot of the same logic. So if the target is at 3 evasion or higher, or the attacker is at -3 or lower, okay, so very similar kind of deal. So we're gonna check now. So this is like if the accuracy and stats are like very boosted or lowered, then we have a chance to get a higher move score. But alternatively, we can, there's another edge case here in which if it's only changed a little bit, so if we're at 3 evasion or higher, that's going to be 9 and 3. So if our accuracy is dropped or the evasion's lowered, then we're guaranteed to have a move score of +1. So this is just incentivizes using auto like no accuracy check moves when it's going to be really hard to hit your opponent, which makes sense. Yeah, yeah, good question, Trainer. So basically the idea is to rewrite this entire thing in C so that we can expand on it later, because there's a ton of new moves. Like think of terrains and stuff. Like the battle AI has no idea what terrains or like Groudon's ability does. Like they'll just rip a water type attack into like the sun because they think it's super effective. So basically this allows us to expand the AI to accommodate new stuff, but also people want to do it. Yeah, it's like having exposed, but okay, so we did expose it, but it was like really hard to work with, so I'm just rewriting it because it's honestly easier, and then I'll know exactly what it does. So it's just easier to do it that way. And then also for Iridium, I want to have custom AI for like mirror battles, because if you have the same team versus the same team, then the AI can like get more information. It can make smarter decisions because it knows everything that you have, because it's the same things that it has. So like you can make like way more like puzzle type trainers, and I think that'd be really fun. And then if you want to make it harder, like you could make it like super smart or like predict what you do and stuff. So yeah, it could be cool. Alright, so Vital Throw. Let's check what Vital Throw does, because I believe... Okay, so this is the bypass accuracy, -1 priority. Interesting. Okay. So again, I always like to do this in terms of move effects, because if you change the move name or effect or something later, you don't want it to do something weird. Like if you change recharge moves into like recoil moves, it could mess up the AI. So basically I'm going to do everything in terms of move effects instead of hard coding the moves into them. So basically what we'll do here is say this is Vital Throw. I always make a little comment for it though. So if attacker move effects is this guy. Yep, we're doing trainer AI editing. So we're doing the expert flag, which is basically all of the smart decisions the AI makes in like it's what you call champion AI. So like we're rewriting the vanilla AI so that we can then edit it later when we add stuff to it for things like terrains and like primal reversion weathers and stuff like that. So basically we're going to get the AI aware of all the stuff we've added to HD Engine, but first we have to rewrite the vanilla AI by itself. So that's what we're doing here. The move score basically just says how likely it is to use that move. So the higher it picks the highest move score at the end, and if you have a tie, then there's other things you can do. But basically it incentivizes good decisions and de-incentivizes things that wouldn't work. So like for instance, the basic AI flag, which is the first thing I wrote, basically like if your attacker ability is not Mold Breaker and you're using an electric type move, and your opponent's ability is Volt Absorb, score -10. So it basically tells you not to use an electric move into Volt Absorb, for instance. So it basically means the AI is not going to be stupid. And then you can do things like incentivize like Aqua Jet when your opponent's at 1 HP. Yeah, Dr. Lou. Yeah, we can do stuff like that. That's exactly right. Yeah, this is going to open up the opportunity for us um, to have these new effects actually in the game and have the AI not be stupid. A battle effect transform. I have no idea what the status on the Aegis / stuff is, and all like the battle transforms. I have not been working on the battle engine very much. This is kind of the first stuff I've helped with, so I actually am not very aware of it. Okay, so if the attacker is slower than target, so if and once again, I made a ton of macros for this. Is this game a ROM or hold on. I only work on ROM hacks, so I'm not working. This isn't a fan game or anything. This is for, you can use this for any HD engine hack once I'm done with it. It'll be publicly available. So we're gonna check for speed, and if that's the case, then we do move score plus equals 0, so we don't change anything. And then let's see if I don't even know why that check is there if there's no change. That's really weird. Game Freak logic is sometimes like really strange, and I don't quite understand like what the reason for that is. But some of their effects I'm just skipping because they don't make any sense. It's like incentivizes you to use mirror move on like Shadow Ball and like Shadow Punch, and those don't make any sense. Like it's really weird. It's really weird. Anyway, so if I also have a macro set up for the attacker's HP percentage. So if attacker percent HP. Also, I have like autocomplete and other things that really help. You can add new moves and mons in HD Engine. It just takes you're gonna have to know a little bit of the battle structure and coding to do that. It's not gonna be a trivial thing to do. Right, so if attacker's HP is above 60%, which we already calculated, then also no change. Okay. I've also made this code pretty modular so that you can like find stuff and make edits pretty easily. Yeah, we're not listening to some of their rules. Like some of the stuff they incentivize is like actually like harmful to the AI. It's really stupid. Alright. Alright, so else if the HP is less than 40, then we are going to want a lot of the AI is also not deterministic, which is a little bit frustrating. But I see why they do it. So we have an 80% chance of a score -1. So score -1. Alright. So 80% chance means 10 modulo 10 is less than 8. And otherwise, we have a 20% chance of a score of -1 for some reason. Okay. What engine am I using? I'm using HD Engine. So if you look on my YouTube channel, there's a video on how to get started on HD Engine. You can also look it up on GitHub. Just look up GitHub HD Engine, and it has a pretty good description of like what it is. Alright, so now we look at haze. So haze is pretty interesting. It's gonna incentivize use when you have a score, or when the opponent's stats are very high. Okay. Interesting. So we're gonna have to probably loop over all the stats. It probably would be a good idea to do this outside of this flag. Yeah, no problem, man. Yeah, it's super fun, super fun. Okay, so let's take a look at the stat boosts. I think if we look at look up the number 12. That'll get me what I want. Here we go. Alright, so this is a list of all the stat boosts. Will I be asking for help with how AI handles certain moves? Yeah, probably. Yeah, I mean, definitely. Like, there's gonna be some stuff in here that I'm just not gonna know how to actually do. It's more of an implementation thing. Okay. So if we always start with the move effect, so let me put this paste here. Haze. Okay. Also, hold on. It is really hot in my apartment. I gotta turn the AC on. I'll be right back. Sorry, there we go. I don't know why the heat was on. That's kind of nuts. If you guys don't know, I overheat really easily. Alright, so if we're using haze, and we're going to do nested ifs here, because I think that's just going to be easy. So if... let's see here. For Iridium, I'm gonna make pretty major changes, but I'm gonna leave this, like, what I'm gonna merge with the HD engine is just going to be the vanilla AI, because we really want HD engine to function like on its own, like as a vanilla upgrade, and then people can like expand it if they want. Yeah, my webcam doesn't move, but it like shifts like where it's focused. It's kind of crazy. Okay, so if any of the attacker's stats are at +3 or higher, so +3 is 9, so we're basically going to change all of these to 9. So if any of these stats are at +9, okay, now let's add another layer of parentheses to this, because we're going to do, or any of the target stats are at 3 or lower. Okay, so now we're gonna have to do, this is gonna be a lot of ifs. Unfortunately, there's not really an easier way to do this that I know of. Okay, so we want the defender for each of these. Most of the things I have macros set up for to make them a lot faster, but this is not gonna be one of those. Are there any gift Pokemon in Black 2 Kaizo? I think there's a gift. It's either Ditto or a Zoroa. I'm not sure. I think we made it a gift to Ditto. Okay. Let's make a line break there. Okay, so we want this to be less than -3. So that's going to be less than or equal to, and that's going to, so -3 would give us just 3 here, because everything isn't off by 6. Just add 6 to it. I think one of the reasons for that is we're using unsigned integers, so we're just using positive numbers. Okay, so if that's the case, so it would be a very bad idea to use haze here. So let's get but it's still a random chance. It says an 80% chance of a score of -3. So basically, if we have a bunch of stat boosts, we don't want to use haze. Duh. And there we go. Okay. On the other hand, I'm probably going to do a bit of copy pasting here. the opposite is true. So we want, if we have lowered stats or they have higher stats, we want to change that around. So if our attack, so if we are at less than or equal to 3, so if any of our stats are lowered a lot, then we want to reset those. So if any of the opponent's stats are raised a lot, we want to lower those. So any of those are greater than or equal to +3, then we're going to lower them. Yeah, thanks, man. It's I'm hoping this is gonna help out people to make like difficulty hacks and stuff, and like, I don't know, more creativity. This should be an else if. I really want to see what kind of stuff people make with like the Gen 4 engine, because I think it can be really good. So move score minus equals 1. Alright, great. So basically we're penalizing haze when it's going to be negatively affecting us, and we're making it very, very, like, move score +3 is pretty high. So if that's the case, then yeah. Yeah, I'm hoping that happens, man. I'm hoping that happens. That would be super cool. Okay, interesting. Bide. If the attacker's HP is less than or equal to 90%, score -2. Very interesting. So the game knows that Bide is bad. Game Freak knew they made it. Very bad move. Alright, so if... I always have to check what the move effect is. It's just move effect Bide. Very cool. So if attacker move effect is Bide, we will very simply check if attacker percent HP is less than or equal to 90%. Then we're going to penalize this with move score -2. Alright, that one's pretty simple. How did I learn coding? So I learned Java in high school. That was like probably, what year is it? It's 2025. So that'd be like 10 years ago. Yeah, so about 10 years ago I learned Java, and then I basically took a bunch of Python courses where I had to like code stuff, and then for my graduate research, which I'm doing right now, I'm learning a lot of C and C++. Wait, Dr. Lou, wait, what'd you say there? Honestly, I just learned coding just by like trying to do stuff and like figuring out kind of like on the fly. I feel like that's the best way to learn. Alright, switch. So we undo switch forcing moves. My graduate research is in applied math, so I do a lot of coding for like fluid structure interactions, and basically just coding a lot of math stuff. So, alright. Okay, so if the target has been in battle for longer than 3 turns, you have a larger chance. Oh, whoa, that's a really weird logic. Okay, no worries. If you have something like that will make this more efficient, then for sure. Alright, so if the okay, so I need to remember how to do this. Let's see. Yeah, so interestingly enough, you guys might be interested in this since you guys are Pokemon nerds along with me. So the way HG Engine counts fake out and whether or not you can use it is when you send out a Pokemon, it logs what turn it is. So like, let's say it's the 4th turn of the battle and you send in like Incineroar, then it'll basically set this variable called fake out count to equal to 4. So basically saying you can only use fake out when the count is equal to the number of total turns, which makes sense, right? And so you can check for how long something's been out by subtracting those two things. So you can take the total turns minus the fake out count, and that's how long you've been around. Alright, So if attacker move effect. Oh, and I also need to paste this here. And let's check whirlwind. Move effect force switch. Okay, so if so defender, let's do this. Let's make a variable for this. So int defender turns on fields is equal to, okay, so we want the total number of turns minus the fake out count, which is the turn that you were on the field. And we want this for defender. Are you looking at champion and multi-battle AI for this? So I'm looking right now at the champion AI, but also I will be looking at like multi-battles and double battles later. Definitely gonna have to change some stuff for double battles, because this is everything I'm writing is like assuming you're doing a single battle, just because it's easier to start that way, and then we're gonna modify it later. Alright, so Dr. Lowe, wouldn't it be more convenient and easier to read if you made a separate function that gets its stats and an integer, or receives the stats of the attacker and defender and compares them? Yeah, we could do that. The thing is, like, I'm not sure how many other times I'm going to need this information, so if it's just once, it doesn't make sense to write a function for it. I mean, I guess it could still make sense to write a function for it. Let me say this. I've gone back and rewritten some of this based upon, like oof, stuff's getting reused a lot. So if I'm reusing something a lot, I'll probably rewrite a function for it. But if not, I'd probably just leave it the way it is. Okay. So we can move this. So I'm gonna probably put this up here. So I have a list of things here. Alright, so defender turns on fields, and then since this is something I can initialize in the main, and I'm probably going to do that here. Alright, so defender turns on fields. Okay, let me just make sure that's correct. So let's say I send out on turn 4, total turn is 4, and when I send something out, fake out count gets set to 4, so I would be on the field for 0 turns. If that's the case, then you should be able to use fake out. Okay, so that makes sense. So if defender turns on field for longer than more than 3 turns, so that's greater than 3 turns. Hey, oh, Gabriel, you think you're gonna work on HD Engine? Dude, you should. It's great. I highly recommend you try out HD Engine for a Gen 4 hack. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but like once you figure out like the ins and outs of it and where to edit stuff, it's very powerful, and you have just so much more like creativity, you know, you can just do more. Alright, so we want a 75% chance, so that's gonna be modulo 4 less than 3, so 3 and 4 chance of scoring plus 2. Great. So now, if the target side of the field has spikes, stealth rock, or toxic spikes, you get a 50% chance of a plus 2 score. So if you guys don't know how the scoring works, basically if you get like a plus 2 or a plus 3, it's very likely that you're going to use that move. Like plus 0 is pretty neutral. Anything negative you're almost never going to use. Plus 1 is like maybe you'll use it, and plus 2 and above is like basically guaranteed. like you don't see things that are more than really +3. So move score of +2 is pretty big deal. So stealth. Okay. We should probably check. We could make a integer that just checks for the defender's side having, or a boolean, basically just checks for if your opponent has status on their field. Yeah, I'm not sure, Seagull, honestly. I have not done Gen 5 hacking in a while because I don't really like the CTR map editor. And it can be buggy sometimes with scripts, so I try not to really interact with it very much, to be honest. Let's make a bool 8 defender has hazards. We'll initialize that to 0. Defender if okay, so if they have stealth rocks on the defender side or spikes layers is greater than or equal to 1, so if we have at least 1 layer of spikes up, really you should probably change this. Like, okay, realistically, if you're doing this, you're not going to whirlwind on 1 set of spikes. That just doesn't make sense. So this is something that I might take the creative license to change. Like, realistically, like, you're not going to do it. You're going to do, like, what? Is it like 1/16 of their health? That's not going to do much damage. So I'm going to say, 2. Would Frost Adder be better for scripting? I don't know, honestly. I'm not very, like, I've not been in the Gen 5 hacking scene in a couple of years, so I'm not really up to date with, like, what's good, but I think Frost Editor is, I think I've heard good things about it, so you could take a look at it and try it out. Okay, and let's also check for toxic spikes. I think it's pretty fair to say, like, it's okay to say, like, 1 layer of toxic spikes, because that will poison you regardless. Okay, so in that case, let's move this up to our declarations, put them in the bool section. Alright. And then in main, put it here. Okay, so basically if the opponent has hazards on their side of the fields, then we're gonna say defender's hazards. Okay. Okay, so if it's force switch, if defender has hazards is equal to 1. I know I can probably write that as just if defender has hazards, but I like having this. It's a little bit easier to read. Yeah, so it's harder to add Pokemon. This is the question, chat. It is harder to add Pokemon in Gen 5 because of the animated sprites, but HG Engine has a very, very large Dex expansion. So we have about, like, I'd say most of the Pokemon expanded. So, like, if you look here, let me actually pull it up for you guys. Let me grab this. I actually do want to show you this. So if you look at the 80 by 80 sprite expansion sheet, so this is a list of all of the different sprites. Oh, let me zoom in for you guys so you can actually see this. So the Gen 5 sprites are completely done. Not completely, but they at least all have a front and a back sprite. So you can see the check marks. There's at least one not all of them have a second back frame, but that's fine. And then the Gen 6 Plus, most of the Gen 6 mons are done. You can see mostly check marks. There's only a couple things, like Thievel randomly doesn't have a sprite. Thwacky doesn't have one. So there's a couple that are missing. And the further you go down, like Gen 8's missing a couple in here. I mean, that's cool. Whatever. Like, they'll get done. And then some new Gen 9 stuff like Belly Bolt doesn't have one. But there's a lot of stuff that does have sprites. Some things like the Paradox Mons don't have sprites, but like I would say 90% or more have sprites done. Hey, thanks. I appreciate the kind words. I really, really appreciate that. Super nice of you guys. Yeah. So anyway, Iridium's gonna have all these sprites in it because of the sprite expansion, which is pretty cool. Okay. So if we have a and also big thanks to Brioche, who's doing the spriting organization, everything. He's like super. He's the guy who's been doing most of that, and he's taking a break right now because he's pretty burnt out from it, which, like, fair enough, man. Like, he's been working on that for years at this point. Also, the sprites aren't very cheap. They're, like, getting good quality sprites and, like, paying someone to make them is, like, it costs something, right? Like, so, yeah. Okay, so if a target has a stat stage of +3 or higher in any of the following stats, 50% chance score of +2. Interesting. So attack, defense, special attack, special or evasion. Interesting. Iridium will not have animated sprites. So Iridium is in Gen 4 engine, which is what HG engine is used for. So we won't have animated sprites, but there will be like when you send it out, it will have an animation for it. But they'll be static on the screen. The Gen 5 sprites, people have not really, people have made new Gen 5 sprites, but they take even longer because you have to actually build piece by piece, like the different body parts, and then like stitch them together. So it's not like just make a sprite. It's like make a sprite, cut it up, and then animate the different pieces, and like that is really tedious. But it'd be super cool when if people figure that out, like an easy way of doing it. It's not just like make a GIF. It's like it's pretty involved, so that's why you don't see that at all, or very often. Yeah, I think I'm going to write a function for checking the stats. Dr. Liu, I'm gonna do it. I think you're totally right. Defender has stat boost. And then this is gonna be defender. Okay. So we're gonna do a check. And let's make this a little bit more yeah, let's do that. Hooray for code organization. Yeah. Defender. Let's see. Let's give this like boost amount, so we can check for like if it has like we can also check for a negative boost here. So let's see. Do we want to do this so that it loops over all of them? I think so. When am I planning on releasing the hack? Simple answer is when it's done. Less snarky answer is I'm hoping in about a year. I want to have something like, I want to have like a very sizable demo slash, like I want to have the first region mapped like this summer. That's maybe going to be a stretch because there's a lot of other things to do, like writing the AI. But this project's turning out to be way bigger than I expected it to be. But that being said, I really enjoy it. So we want to give an actual stat to check here? Otherwise, this is kind of redundant. I think we just want to make this. Yeah, I think we just want to make this generic. Yeah. I really want to make this hack as good as possible. So I'm willing to take the extra time to do that. And plus I really enjoy streaming and just like talking to you guys, and this is also like pretty fun. So I'm happy to do that. This should be a bool 8. What am I doing? The defender has stat boost is set that to 0. Okay. Let's see. So if sometimes I love AI Copilot just just filling stuff in for me, because it's sometimes is correct. Most of the time it's wrong, but sometimes it just saves me a lot of time typing. I'll say that is one thing I think AI is good for, is coding and just getting rid of the tedium that it can sometimes bring. What do you know? We're using AI for trainer AI. It's kind of meta. Okay, so basically we're gonna loop over. Let's actually let's change this to be yeah. This is probably fine. This is probably simple enough, and then we just return defender has stat boosts. Okay. Also, you guys in chat, let me know like what hacks you're working on, or if you're like starting your first hack, or if you're mapping anything. I'm interested to know. It's always cool to see what people are working on. Alright, so if defender has a stat stage of +3, well, I guess I probably shouldn't write defender here. I should really write something else. You start your first Gen 5 hack, be basic. Nice, yeah, trainer and Pokemon changes is what I started with. That stuff's like pretty essential. Yeah, it's a long ride. You make... Oh, Phoenix, what's up? What's up? I didn't know... That's your actual account. What's up? Yeah, dude, we gotta... When I actually start getting back on that trainer and, like, encounter grind, we gotta update the Iridium app at some point, but it's gonna be a little while till we get to that. I super appreciate you being willing to do that. We should change the name of this. So it's not just Defender has stat boost, we should say Battler has stat boost, because this could be the attacker or the defender. So we want to make this a little bit more generic. I will be using this on offense and on defense. And then we also need to change it in Battler has stat boosts. Battler, very good. Oh, you're redesigning it? That's really cool. That's really cool. Yeah, if you have like ideas and stuff, like definitely like send some screenshots and we can like talk about it. That's really cool. So, if Battler has stat boost and Besis, we want this to be for defender, And the boost amount is +3, so that's 9. Wait, actually, probably... This is a better way to do this, too. Okay, so this is interesting, because... we want to change this depending whether we want to check if it's lower or higher. Oh, you're learning in C in a college class? Very nice, very nice. I've just had to learn C from my graduate research, so this isn't too much different. Yeah, story editions are always fun. Scripting takes a while, but I think it's usually worth it. Alright, then we also want to make the header for this up here. Okay. The stat boost greater and stat boost lesser. C isn't that bad. I think if you've learned other coding, like I think once you learn one language, everything else is kind of like not too hard to pick up on. I don't know, I think coding comes naturally to some people, and other people you have to like really work hard on it. Alright, 50% chance to have a move score of +2. You think C is that bad? That's funny. That's fair. I think these are. I think we want else if structure. I can type. Yeah, so move score minus equal 3. Is there any chance in which these can happen simultaneously? Yeah, I think this is fine. I think this is fine the way we have this. Good. Okay, switch forcing moves, done. Now we're on conversion. Let's check what that is at. Conversion. If attacker move effect is conversion, then we check for if attacker percent HP is less than or equal to 90, then move score minus equals 2. If it is not the first global turn of the battle. Interesting. So conversion is really only getting used if you're at full health and it's like the first turn of the battle. That's so weird. I don't know why. Like, I feel like you could do so much more with this move. You made a Pokemon game for Discord, and the entire battle simulator was if-else commands. I mean, that's kind of what we're doing here. It's very straightforward logic, I guess. Although there's a lot of crazy edge cases you can run into. Okay. So we need to check for if CTX total turns not equal 0. Then we have a 3/4 chance to do -2. So -2. Yeah, that's kind of simple. I wish there was more logic there, actually. This is only disincentivizing. I feel like this happens a lot with Game Freak. Is like they make a really cool move that's like unique, like conversion, where it changes your type, and then the only thing they do is disincentivize the AI to use it. So it's only used if there's not a better option. There's not like I don't know. I feel like that's kind of silly. All right, this one's important. Recovery moves. Alright, give me 1 second, you guys. I'm gonna grab a little bite to eat. I'll be right back. Alright, so let's look at Recover. All the trainers have Explosion Pokemon, that is toxic. Go ahead and do it. It's toxic. So we recover synthesis. And swallow. Interesting that the user doesn't use recovery moves if it's faster. Okay. Alright, so if you have recovery move. So attacker percent HP is equal to 100. How did changing these codes make changes in game? I haven't watched your video yet. There's not a video on this yet because it's very new. Basically, this is a terminal program, so if I go into Ubuntu, actually should probably save my changes to GitHub. So if I go to, let's see, so basically if I go into HGEngine, when I run the command to make, what this does is it compiles it. It compiles the ROM with all the changes made, and then it will output a ROM. So basically, yeah, it's just a command line application. I should probably also save my changes in a little bit to GitHub, but I'll do that when I'm done on stream. Okay. So if the attacker's at full HP, move score equals 3. Alright, if attacker speed is greater than defender speed, score is -8. That's crazy. If attacker percent HP is greater than 70, then you have an 88% chance to score -3 and end. Interesting. Cool. So that's 90%. I'll just say 90% chance since it's 88. Chance to get -3, and this should really be else if. Okay, and then alright, so now we have to check for if the opponent knows Snatch. I don't remember the last time anyone has ever actually used the move Snatch in a Pokemon game. Like, it's such a bad move. Okay. Let's make yeah, let's make a function that checks for if someone knows a move. Battler knows move. Okay. Okay, so we need 8 knows move. So now we need to loop over everything. So what is it? It's a constant I need to know for this. Moves. Max. Okay, I'll just do it. I'll just hard code it. Like num. Alright, I'm just gonna go 4. The number is 4. Alright. This is gonna be nose, move. And then at the end, we're just gonna return the move. Return. Nose move. Okay. Let me just check my logic here. So we're checking for the move I on the current Pokemon that's in battle, and then if the attacker knows the move, great. Alright, I'm fueled up, I'm ready to go. Alright, so battler knows move. So if battler knows move, you gotta pass it. Thesis. And we want to know if the defender has snatch. Okay. That's the case. Then 90% chance, or does not know snatch. So if not, I guess say just if it's we can do what's doing here. Okay, so if does not know snatch, then we have a 90% chance of +2. If it does know snatch, else, then we have a only 50%. I'll round up to 60. 50 to get +2. Great. Great. Okay, looks like there's another one. Okay, so special case for sun boosted recovery moves. Synthesis, morning sun, moonlight. Okay, so basically we're checking if it's something that would hurt us, like rain, sand, or hail. Or snow, I guess. Then an additional score of -2. Okay. So So if in particular it's a sun-based move to heal, then we want to check if the weather is okay. So field condition, sandstorm, snow. Okay, yeah. So hail, snow, or rain. So there's actually 4 in this case. So hail, any, or nope. Want snow. Yeah, snow and hail change is something you can toggle when you compile your ROM. So if you want to change it from hail to snow, you can do that in HG Engine, and so they're both there. So I have to like add that condition for both of them. This is one of the few things that I will change for vanilla behavior because, I mean, it's really simple to do. But with all the new effects and stuff, I'll probably add that into the AI later. The weather is hail, rain, or sand. Okay. Good. So if it's gonna make it recover less, you get a score of -2. Great. Okay. Rest has a lot of logic here. My goodness. Rest. Well, it is simple to just change those things, but also, let's say this: adding totally new structures into the game, like there's a lot more things you have to change than you'd think. Like you have to change, you have to add a bunch of flags saying whether it's snowing or not. Because if you also want to keep hail in there, you also have to factor that into damage calculation. You have to have checks in different places in the code. Like, it's not complicated, but it's also not trivial. Let's put it that way. Okay, so now we're looking at rest. So if we're using rest, alright, so if the attacker is faster than its target, so if attacker speed is greater than defender speed, oh, you like the video about the current state of DS hacking? Thanks. Yeah, that was a really fun one to make, honestly. I've been meaning to make that for quite a while. I'm glad I got around to doing it finally. The video also did super well. Yeah, it got like 7,000 views, which is more than I normally get, so super happy about that. Yeah. Yeah, looks like it got like a lot of conversation started. And honestly, like I just want more people to make like Gen 4 hacks, because I think there's so many things you can do and people just don't know about it. So if your percent HP is equal to 100, you have what's the percent chance? 60% chance. You have a move score -8. Oh my goodness. I mean, yeah. That's really not a reason. Yeah, I'm rewriting the Gen 4 HE Engine Trainer AI. So, just on stream, we've written like 200 or 300 lines of code. My goodness. I mean, a lot of it is like, if this, then that, if this. Yeah. Yeah, Crescent's Chaos. I've been doing this for like 3 years, so I mean, it definitely doesn't happen overnight. I don't know. I'm just ask questions a lot, and you know you'll learn and you'll get there. It's just what you gotta do. All right, so else if okay, so if the attacker's HP is greater than 50%, oh wow, okay, attacker percent HP. And also, I still haven't tested any of this stuff yet, so it's very possible that like I've done something wrong. But yeah. Move score -3. Okay. Else if attacker HP is greater. Percent HP is greater than or equal to 40. Wow, it really disincentivizes to use rest unless you are like really low HP. That's crazy. Alright. So we have about 70% chance to score -3. Just end. Alright, else if okay, so now if we're slower than the target. Yeah, this is gonna go straight into the main repository as soon as it's done. Because we're gonna have to test it, and basically anyone's gonna be able to use this. And you can the purpose is to make it easy enough to read that people can just change this for their own hacks. And I'm also obviously gonna modify it for Iridium. So else if so if we are well, this should be just an if, because no, this should be else if attacker speed is greater than defender speed. No, if we're slower, so if the user is slower, then okay, if attacker percent HP is greater than or equal is greater than 70, we just score -3. Move score equals 3. Else if attacker's percent HP is greater than 60, then we have an 80% chance of -3. Okay. Great. And oh, rest can get snatched? Interesting. Okay. So if battler knows, so if the defender knows snatch, then you have a 96%. Oh my goodness. Let me just leave that at 90. Okay. 90% chance of score +3. And then obviously the only other way this could go is if they do no snatch, then we have a approximately 80% chance to get the +3. I see. Yeah, Monmouth form works in wild encounters. Yes, that's how you do it. So it's Monmouth form like Zoroa, 1 will give you Hisuian Zoroa. Mega Evolution is already implemented in HG Engine Crescent Chaos. All you have to do is just give the Mega Stone to the Pokemon and press the button and it works. There's a lot of development that went into that, so Mega Evolution is already implemented. Yeah, Garbage Gold and Mythic Silver that I made both had Megas in them. Mythic Silver didn't use Mega Evolution, like the mechanic, but Garbage Gold had it. But yeah, it's been around for a couple years. Okay, let's look at Toxic and Leech Seed. Okay, I don't know why these are paired together, but they're equally cancerous, so I guess that makes sense. Oh, you really like Nuzlocking those? That's great. I'm glad you like those. Hopefully this game will be more inclusive to more people. Like, just more people like to play it, because a lot of people don't like gimmick hacks, and that's what those were. So this is going to be more like mainline feel to it. Alright, so if attacker move effect is, okay, we check Leech Seed. Or nope. Not toxic. Alright. So if we're using Leech Seed or Toxic, there's going to be some checks that we have to do. Let's see what we get. So if the attacker has at least one damaging move, apply all of the following. Apply. Okay. Okay, so we should make another function that checks for the type of moves. Let's write a function real quick. So we're gonna write, it's gonna return a Boolean. Battler has move type, and we're gonna pass it probably give it a battler, battle system, and it's gonna be a move type. I should really say move split, because that's technically what it is. How did I disable the bottom screen mythic skill over title screen? There's a tutorial, like it's just a hex edit by Bagboy somewhere in Kings of DS Hacking from like years ago. You're just gonna have to control F it. I don't remember the exact thing. It's just like you open HXD and then like just zero out a bunch of stuff. Yeah, the scoring system I think is how like Game Freak does most of their AI stuff. Okay, so if it has move split, let me actually just take the same structure here. Okay, has move split. So we're gonna start at 0. We're gonna loop over all of the moves of the battler, and okay, and this is how it works. That a lot of the stuff I've already done before in some form, so it's not too bad. Okay, hold on. Alright, so if... Alright, so... Let's see. So... Attacker, move, split. Or I should really say battler. Yeah, let's make this make sense. I really want to make this code readable for other people because people are going to be editing it. So it's really important that the like variable names make sense. Because if people don't know what the heck this is talking about, it's not going to be useful to anybody. Alright, so battler move split is going to be this. Let's see. Gonna hold on. We're gonna want to do so like this in here. That is a lot of nested. That's a lot of nested brackets. That's funny. Okay, so basically the way this reads is the move split of the current move we're checking. We're gonna check the move table, so we're gonna get the Battlemon's ith move. So from 1 to 4, we're gonna get the split of that move. We're gonna assign it to the battle move split. Okay, so we're gonna check that against the thing we pass it. So basically, if it has a physical or status move or something, we can check for those. If it has that, we're gonna set it equal to 1, and then we're going to return this boolean that is gonna be set equal to 1. All right, cool. You definitely want to install HGEngine on the WSL Linux drive. It will compile like 20 times faster. Yeah, creating story is tough. That's one of the biggest challenges for Iridium is coming up with a unique story. Because I've already made 2 ROM hacks with story changes, and I'm like, trying to find something original. All right. Okay, I think this is reasonable. Let's check, make sure. Yeah, okay. Great. So let's. My current install on the Windows one is from the old HGEngine tutorial. Yeah, the install tutorial is out of date. I made that like more than a year ago, I think. I should really redo that and like explain how to do it now because it's different. So yeah, that's definitely something that's been on my radar for a little bit, and I just haven't had time to do it. Okay, so if the attacker has at least 1 damaging move, there might be a better way to do this actually. Yeah, this should be. Yeah, this should really be attacker. Yeah, let's refactor this to be attacker move roll damages, and we also want to make him a defender for this, probably. At some point. I don't think we need to do it now. So Top Gamer of TikTok, if you want to, if you make your own fork of HG Engine, then it'll be easier for you to like save your changes and stuff. So yeah, what you can do is like push your changes. I'm actually, you know what? I'm actually gonna show you how to do that because I have to do it right now anyway to save my progress. So so basically, I'm gonna do the following. I'm gonna go into my HG Engine drive, and I'm gonna do git add -- all. So I'm gonna save all my changes. This basically stages them and says, okay, these are the files we're going to consider for now. And I'm gonna do git commit -m. So this is a commit message, and I'm gonna say AI expert flag through what are we on right now? We're on through toxic leech seed. So I'm gonna basically give a message saying what I've changed, and then I'm going to do git push origin AI dev. So origin is my remote and AI dev is my branch, and then it's gonna have me type in my username, and then I have a password. Okay, and then I'm gonna hit enter, and then that pushes it. So now, if I go to my GitHub page, you can actually check. I'll pull it up for just a second. So this is my GitHub page. Yeah, Iridium's definitely the most fun I've had making a ROM hack. So here I have my GitHub page. It says forked from Blue Rose. And so obviously it's like based on his repository. If I go into AI dev, it also says AI dev has a push 33 seconds ago. So I'm gonna click on that, and it says it's 13 commits ahead of the AI dev on Blue Rose. So basically I can click on that and it'll show you all of these commits, which are just lists of changes. And you can check, this is a very large diff. So this is basically a list of all the stuff I've added in this last commit. So it's a ton of stuff. And then if you wanna move this somewhere else, you can just do a git pull from your own repository. So I could do something like git pull origin AI dev. Now obviously nothing's gonna happen because it's already up to date. I just pushed it. So yeah, this is a really good way of saving your changes in the cloud, like on GitHub, so that you don't lose anything. And you can also edit it from different, like a different laptop or whatever. So yeah, learning how to do that is super good. But that's basically all you need to do with that. All right, let's see. So let's see. So what we want to do is we want to check if any of so for int I equals 0, I less than 4, I plus plus, if what was, I literally already forgot the variable name. So we're gonna check our max damage rolls. So if our attacker max roll move damage, I is greater than or equal to 0. Let's make a quick has damaging move equals 0. So if we have a damaging move that does more than 0 damage, we just say has damaging move. We're gonna set that equal to 1. Seeing all these codes work is, yeah, it is very satisfying to see. Yeah, definitely make a GitHub account. Like it makes your coding experience like just a lot safer. Like you're not gonna accidentally like lose your code. Like if your computer breaks, it's gonna be on the cloud. You're just gonna like it's peace of mind, and it also makes like if you have a bug somewhere, it helps you find where bugs are because you can like go back in your history and just see like what your changes were. GitHub is a little confusing at first, I'm not gonna lie, but once you like figure out the basics, you don't need anything too complicated. Like it's so much easier. Yeah, this seems pretty much the same. The idea is to have this be the same as like Emerald expansion or something. So it's supposed to be user friendly, easy to understand, like when someone else is gonna edit this. So I don't want it to be too crazy difficult to understand. All right, so we're gonna check if we have a damaging move. Okay, so if has damaging move is true. I really make this a boolean. Okay, so if we have damaging move, then we also have to check this. So if the attacker percent HP is less than or equal to 50, we have an 80% chance. We have an 80% chance to subtract 3 off the score. Is WSL faster than a command prompt? So WSL is basically that's okay. So the question doesn't really make sense. WSL is Windows subsystem for Linux. It just basically lets you run Linux stuff on a Windows machine, and you use Ubuntu, which is an application, to do that. So basically, I'm on my Linux drive right now using Ubuntu. So like, I can just like, I have it installed, so like I just run Ubuntu. It's its own terminal basically, and so I can just run Linux stuff here. But basically, you want to install stuff on your Linux drive when you're using HDEngine because it builds faster. I will probably not be building anything today since I'm just writing code, but trust me, it is about 20 times faster. It cuts down the time. Like I can compile a ROM in under a minute using like 12 processors. So it's super fast and like it's nice. Okay. Have you changed the champion's trainer class? It depends on how you're changing it. It depends. Yeah, I don't like the Windows command prompt. I've just been trained with the Linux one, and the syntax is a little bit like different. So I just don't like it. Yeah, top gamer. That sounds great. Sounds great. Okay, so if we have a damaging move, then 50% or 80% chance, -3. Okay, we also want to check the same thing. Oh, okay, so this is actually, we want to actually do it this way. We want to consider both the defender and the attacker separately, because you can penalize it even more if you both have less than 50% HP, right? You don't want to use Leech Seed when they have half HP. Doesn't make any sense. You want to use it when they're full so you can get the most HP recovery. It's, you know, like you'd rather just use a killing move. So, makes sense. Okay. Okay, so if the attacker knows a move that either increases its special defense by 1 stage or acts as protect, 76% chance of score +2. Interesting. Interesting. Why just special defense? That's so weird. Okay. I'm currently rewriting the HG Engine's vanilla AI first, and then I'm going to be, once that's done, I'm going to be editing it for Iridium, but there's a lot of testing still to be done. It's just a question, chat. Unless it's a Blissey and you are a special attacker. Yes, exactly. Okay. I don't understand why it singles out special defense here. Let's make a new function, guys. We're gonna write a new function that checks other moves you have. Okay. Bool 8. Battler has move effects. And we'll do this. Battler, and we're gonna do move effects. So this is just gonna be, this is gonna automatically loop over everything. Okay, so it has move effect, and let's like get this structure here. Okay, so it has move effect. Okay, we're gonna loop over all the moves. Alright, so let me go. I think this is pretty quick. I think that was a pretty easy code. Okay, so let's check this logic to make sense. Alright, so battler move split. We want this to say battler move effect, so this is easier to read. And this is also going to be the same thing. Okay, so the current move effect we're looking at is equal to the move table of the ith move. Okay, so we're going to loop over all those, and we're going to grab its effect. And let's just check and make sure that's the correct way of doing that. Yep, so... Yep, so attacker move effect. Okay, that looks good. And... No, I am writing this AI. I am writing this AI script from scratch. This is this is completely from scratch. The thing on the left here, this was written by somebody else. They already looked at it. They already looked into the AI and like what it does. I'm converting this into C code for HG Engine. So how far we come in HG Engine? Basically, a ton of sprites, a ton of new moves and abilities, a lot of new battle mechanics. Like you even have like parental bond working, all that stuff. So as far as AI goes, this is the first time it's been edited, really. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see when we compile this if stuff works. All right, so. But I do want to finish writing it all first. We're at about 2,000 lines of code at this point. I think we're about halfway done with the champion AI. I mean, I wanted to do this for a while. I don't mind doing this. Like, I actually do enjoy coding, and I enjoy talking to you guys. So, like, honestly, I'm having a good time. You're having a good time. Like, it's all right. It's all it is. Yeah. So, Top Gamer TikTok. Yeah. If you want to work on your ROM on a different computer, you can. Just make sure you push your changes every time, and then you pull. So, just like make sure you're keeping up to date with what you have in the cloud, and then you're good to go. So, like, I'm on my desktop right now, but when I want to watch a movie with my wife and we're like working on projects and stuff on the same time, I will git push it, and then I will walk into the other room on my laptop, and I'll open it on my laptop. So like, you can do it for even stuff like that. Okay, so we can check for if Battler has move effect. How does git push and pull work? Okay, so if you git push, you're taking changes here. Let me get my Okay, so let's say I have changes right here on my computer, and this is the cloud. I'm gonna push changes here so that this thing updates with my changes. All right, so I'm gonna basically push my changes to the cloud so that they're saved. And then if I go to another computer, what I do is I have my local machine, and I'm gonna take the changes from the cloud and I'm gonna pull it. So push just means I'm putting my changes in the cloud, and pull means I'm like getting them from the cloud. So that's the main idea. But you always want to git add and git commit to save your changes first, and then you push. So you always want to commit first. Yeah, I've been married since 3 years, so it's been a while. I think I started ROM hacking around the time I got married, actually. So it's kind of funny how those two things have gone together. Okay, so let's get back to the coding. All right, so we want to check. All right, so if Battler has move effects, and we're gonna give it battle system, and we want to know if the attacker, so if the AI has a move that increases its special defense. Okay, so let's look at, I mean, realistically this should be like, the only thing that it is cosmic power, right? It's the only one that raises. Oh, there's a lot of okay. This is okay. Let's back up a second here, right? So this is really weird that it's specifically special defense, right? Realistically, you would also want to factor something in that increases like other defensive moves, like iron defense or amnesia or something. So I think we should take the liberty of actually changing this so it makes sense. Steel Wing, I think, raises regular defense. Let me check. Yeah, Steel Wing is just raised defense, and it's also not even a status. This is particularly status moves, so that like only raise your stats, not like secondary effects. So what we could do is, I think it's def up, is that underscore here? Yeah, so here we go. This is the list of stuff that I've already done. This is gonna be a girthy if statement. There's gonna be a lot of stuff to consider. Okay, so I think the easiest thing to do here is just check for some basic things like cosmic power, for amnesia, all that kind of stuff. Is changing the AI essentially just making and running the checks for AI? Yeah, basically. That's basically it. Okay. So let's check for... Yo, calm down. Oh my gosh. Copilot's trying to eat my computer. Chill out. Okay, so let's check for special defense up 2. These moves don't exist yet, but they could in the future. We also want to check for defense up. This is definitely not the most elegant way of doing it, but it will definitely work. Yeah, max Quake is special defense, max Steel Spike is those things. Yeah, we don't have max Dynamax implemented yet, so I'm not gonna worry about that yet. When that gets implemented, I'll definitely like add to this for sure. Yo, what's up, Pickle? How you doing? How you doing, big guy? Okay, so defense up 3. Okay, so these are all the defense raising moves. Let's also check. Wait, I think Cosmic Power is in here. Technically, Quiver Dance would also fall in this category of a defense up move. But I don't want to. So I'm considering whether or not, like, I should add the new mechanics in now or later. I kind of want to just have the base vanilla AI first, test if that works, and then add the new mechanics in. Yeah, the only of the 4 like gimmick mechanics, we only have megas right now. So Terastallization, Dynamax, and Z moves are not in yet, but we do have gems. So, or well, maybe we don't. I think I have gems because I stole it from Giuliano with permission. But we do have like gems, so we sort of have Z moves. But I guess not in a real way. Also, those are going to be a bunch of more move animations I'm going to need to make since I've been doing most of the move animations. But yeah, I need to get back on that eventually. It'll have to get done eventually before before I release Iridium. What language are you translating it to see from? Not a language. It's just in English. Like, the AI for Platinum and Heart Gold is the same. It's just Gen 4 games, and someone wrote up a whole doc. So like, this is like how long? This is a 2,400 line doc of just logic in it. I think Leah wrote this up, which is actually just nuts. Yeah, and so I'm just going through it line by line, just adding the logic in. So the list of different flags is here. So the first 3 are what we consider the champion AI. So basic, evaluate, attack, and expert flag. It's just like the basic like logic. The rest of these are not very long. Like, they're just specifically for like baton pass or for tag battles or something like that. So I'm focused on mainly just getting the first 3 done, since those are like, those are basically what you need to have a functional AI. Yeah, Leah, yeah. The Poke Platinum developer. So if I'm just gonna go check how many lines I have left. Okay, so we need to basically make it to line 2000, and right now we're on line 800, so we're almost halfway done. Yeah, so we're almost halfway done with the expert AI flag, or the champion AI flag. And that's the reason I wanted to do it on stream, because like doing this by myself is just miserable. It's like really, it's tough, man. It's tough. Yeah. Well, and hopefully you'll be able to make your own like AI flag and then write your own code for it. I will also be doing that for Iridium at some point, so I think that'll be pretty cool. You can help, but I prefer to do this by myself since I already have my own system set up. And just having more than one person do it is just very likely to have mistakes happen and like miscommunication. So I think I'm probably just gonna do this by myself for now. Not for any like particular like vindictive reason. I do like working by myself on stuff a lot of the time. Okay. There's plenty of other stuff in HG Engine that needs to be coded, so if you want to go into the Kingdom of DS Hacking and ask how you can help, that would actually be super, super big. Okay. Okay. Special defense. Yeah, don't get me started on the mirror move AI. It's like really stupid. I don't understand it. Like, I understand it, but I don't understand why. It's kind of silly. Okay. I guess bulk up technically gives you a defense boost, so we can add that in the list. And then like quiver dance. I think that's all I'll do for now. Okay, quiver dance. I'll add that in the list, why not? One less thing I have to do later, right? Yeah, setting up the tools and stuff as a beginner is like never fun. It's tough. It's annoying, but like once you get the tools ready to go, then you can just sit down and work on it later. And like, yeah. I'll say like the first couple weeks of ROM hacking is super frustrating because there's stuff that you just don't know. And you also don't know you don't know it. But you just learn by doing it. You learn, you mess up, just kind of keep going. Okay, so we also need to add Protect into this list. I'm pretty sure Baneful Bunker does not. Yeah, they're all under Protect still. Bro, tell me about it, yeah. Are you in the Kingdom of DS Hacking Discord? Because that would be really helpful to be in. That's where I learned everything, basically. It's pinned in my Discord's general chat, so if you're in my Discord, you can just get there. It's also linked in my most recent YouTube video if you want to check that. Okay. Okay, so if we have any of these effects that we can like boost our defenses, or we can have a Protect, then move, then we have a 75% chance. Oops. 75% chance, so it's 3 and 4 of having a move score of +2, which is pretty good. Alright. Great. Okay, so here's something that I disagree with fundamentally in the way this is coded. Light screen. If the attacker's HP is less than 50%, score -2. That's stupid, because the rest of your team can still benefit from light screen. Like that, I don't know, that just seems really silly to me. That seems really silly. So it looks like light screen and reflect are probably going to be pretty similar logic. So that's nice. We're doing light screen. Yeah, let me add a to-do. Maybe change this logic. I'm gonna just write to-do so that I can just control F for to-dos later. Yeah. That's a good point. I'm gonna just leave a comment here. Okay. But for the sake of having it be vanilla AI, I'm still gonna go through and do this. So if attacker percent HP is less than 50, just a raw score of -2, not even a chance. If attacker HP is greater than or equal to 90, then 50% chance of +1. I'm definitely gonna have some flag in here about Prankster. Like, adding Prankster logic in here is going to be super important, because it's going to let you make a lot more, like, cool sets, or, like, I don't know, add, like, if you know Trick Room, then change your behavior or something. I've played a ton of competitive Pokemon, especially in doubles, so I have some idea of, like, what I should change, but I'm definitely going to need other people to, like, brainstorm with me so that I remember to, like, check everything. Double Battle AI is gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be really tough. I think Lucid had a pretty decent AI where, like, it wouldn't double target a slot that it could kill. It would like swap, so you couldn't, like, just easy protect into it. I'm probably gonna do something similar to that, I hope. We'll see. Okay, we need to look at the last used move. Alright, so Defender last used move is something we already have. I think I have this. Yeah, so let's use that. Let's use that. Alright. So if Defender, oh hello. Defender last used move is a special move, so we want to do CTX move table last used move dot split equals split physical. Okay, so if we have the last used move as physical, then we're going to incentivize using wait, oh sorry, this is for light screen. Sorry, we want special. Yeah, special. I was looking at reflect. Yeah, Run and Bun remade the AI from the ground up. I want to do something similar. Yo, what's up, Nero, the Joke Emperor? How you doing? How you doing? I'm glad you could visit the stream. That's really cool. Okay, so if it's special move, then we want a 75% chance to score this +1, which makes sense. Alright, so this is probably good enough for a light screen. And we're gonna basically just redo this exact same thing for flex. Alright, so set reflect. I'm assuming these are the exact same logic, except it's just physical. Nice, okay. Wait, Oko moves have a 25% chance to just score +1? That's toxic. That's so toxic. That's toxic, dude. They'll just rip Oko. You're just gonna get randomly sheer colded. What? That's wild, dude. Yeah, my plan for Iridium is that there's going to be 2 modes, a casual and elite mode, and the casual mode you'll be able to play without rare candies, so it'll be like a lot more vanilla. Okay, so if it's a 1-hit KO move, let's look at Sheer Cold. Great. Okay, that's it. Just... Yeah, I mean, this might get changed. This might get changed. And when I say might, I mean definitely. See, this is really silly to me, because like, if the opponent resists or is immune to the move, score -2. Realistically, if you're immune to the move, it's getting a -10 score from the basic AI. Yeah. I need to do this. Yeah, I don't really know how I feel about these. I don't know how I feel about these. Wow, Fake Out just gets a raw score of +2. That's hilarious. Because it gets a -10 if it's not the first turn out, so it's always incentivized. That's really funny. I think the only thing that gives more than a score of +2 is like if you see a kill, it's like +3 or 4. So that makes sense. Alright, charge moves without invulnerability. Let's do that. Let's check. Razor. Skull Bash. Sky Attack. Yeah, Fake Out's gonna. We're gonna need to have a full check for Psychic Terrain at some point. I could change. So there is AI decomped for Poke Platinum already. but a lot of the structure names and stuff are different, and the function names are different, and it would just take a really long time to do all that. I would much rather do it myself, so I know exactly what's going on. A lot of the stuff I do in my research, I'm working with other people's code, and I really don't like working with other people's code. And also at this point, I'm about halfway done, so it's like not really worth it. Also, it helps me to learn like what exactly is going on and like really understand like where the AI needs changes. Because if I have to code it and look at it, I'll know like, oh, this is stupid, I can check this later, that kind of thing. Okay. So also might be worth checking Meteor Beam. Since I already know that's gonna be something here. Yeah, we check for Meteor Beam. I'm pretty sure Electro Shot has an effect here. Like, if I know the move effects I'm gonna change anyway, I may as well just do it now. Does Black and White use the same engine as Heart Gold? I have no idea. I mean, for AI, I would imagine it's different because there's new moves. But for like the battle engine, I'm sure there's slight changes, but I don't think it's like that different. There's no crazy mechanic changes between those two gens. This is really easy to effectiveness. Yeah, attack or move effectiveness. I don't agree with this logic, but I'll code it anyway. So if it's the move is not effective at all, or if it's not very effective, then you're gonna score this low. Alright, you have fun lurking. I'll be around for probably a little longer before I have to get off, because this is not gonna be a terribly long stream. So I will probably also, I'm not gonna hop off like right now or anything, but my wife's coming home and we're gonna go to church tonight, so I'll be probably hopping off in the next half hour, I'd say. All right. Okay, so if all right. Okay, so we're gonna incentivize these moves. Okay, that's very cool, very cool. So like Solar Beam, Solar Blade, yeah, if it's sunny, we'll incentivize these moves. But that's kind of silly. I feel like that's kind of silly, because like, oh, I guess if it's not resisting, yeah, that makes sense, that makes sense. So it's gonna be an else if statement. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, because we're already checking for it resisting. Okay, that actually does make sense. Alright, so let's check for sun skips first. So, alright, so if we're changing for sun skips, and we also want to check if it's sunny. So we're checking for the field condition is sunny. Any type of sun will do. This could be primal sun or just regular sun. Then move score plus equals 2. We also want to check we also want to check for rain skips. So and sunny, we want to look for rain. Okay. Great. That makes sense. Or if the attacker is holding a power herb, score +2. We gotta check held item. I think I have that as a macro somewhere already. Yeah, attacker item. Attacker item. So if the attacker item is power herb, so if we are holding the power herb, then very simply move score plus equals 2. I think we want else ifs here. In fact, if the battler defender knows protect, battler knows move, defender. Yo, what's up, Half Celestial Elf? I'm probably gonna be wrapping up the stream actually pretty soon because I do have a nightly commitment. And my wife just got home, so I'm probably gonna pop off soon. But we have written like 400 lines of AI logic today, so that's pretty exciting. I think we want to actually check for protect. As a move effect. So if we have a move effect, protect, we really don't want to use a 2-turn move because they can just protect against it. Alright, so if the opponent knows protect, then we're going to do move, Move score minus equals 2. Okay, and lastly, if attacker percent HP is very low. It's a very strange number, 38%. Alright, move score minus equal 1. Okay, let's check this logic. So let's say we're not very effective, but it's also raining and we're like electroshock that neutralizes that out. If we're holding the power herb, we don't really care if it's not going to do very much. We're not going to incentivize it. The battler has move effect protect. We really don't want to do that, so that can also neutralize it as well. Okay. Attacker percent HP is less than or equal to 30. Yeah, I think this makes sense. Alright. So I'm gonna put some dashes right here. I know where I left off. Alright, folks. Let's see how many lines of code we have now. We hit the 2,000 mark, just barely. I would assume this whole AI doc is going to be around 4,000 once it's done. Oh, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah. Wow. Alright, guys. So, I gotta head out, but it was super nice having you here and having you guys to chat and doing some coding. So, I'm gonna probably head out for today, and I'll keep you guys updated on Discord as always. But besides that, I hope you have a great rest of your day. See you next stream.